Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure they don't score a single goal. What's up, guys? That guy with a pencil here. Fun fact, I do consume, have it on me, and keep it on me at all times. Hey, another fun fact. You know what time it is? It's episode Nagi time, peak every month, and that's when you know I got a rage on. But, man. It's a beautiful day outside. Man, it is crazy to be reading episode Nagi after reading chapter 299 of Blue Lock and just having a hard line smack and define that Nagi is like, we kind of been knew Nagi was cooked ever since I started reviewing episode Nagi, but like, no, he's cooked. Like, may not see him for multiple years in the narrative. Like, that is crazy. But let's not waste any more time. Let's hop right into chapter 33, flapping. All right, Nagi. That's the thing. Nagi sometimes looks extra beanpole-esque, but this man is extremely powerful. Like he is super strong. Same thing with Rail. They are drawn so lean and like stringy sometimes, but like Nagi is 6'3", 200-something pounds of muscle. Like that man is lean. Same with Rail. I don't think he's like 6'3", but like he's tall and lean. Like these guys they're built like that. Don't sleep. But let's see, chapter 233, flapping. Rail side, Revelry battle 3 versus 3. Interesting. I don't recognize that guy. Let's see. Okay, Rayo with the pass over to Igaguri. Igaguri's good. Tickles my fancy too. I'm sorry. And I know there are some Igaguri fans who are like, Pencil, I thought you gained some respect for him. Yeah. Some. But if we were to compare the respect to the disrespect that I have held in my heart for this filthy creature, it would be like spitting in the Atlantic Ocean and saying you changed the water level. Technically you did, but it is so infinitesimal in the grand scheme of things that it doesn't matter. But let's see. Yeah! Ugh. Alright, random. Let's like Rayo cooking. I still can't say that I'm fighting on my own. I mean, of course not, because you aren't. Like, and notably, that's the thing, right? While Blue Lock has a lot of individuality, I do think overall, characters who can understandably and healthfully work with each other is still more encouraged than being completely isolated. Like if you can bring the best out of your teammates, you're actually good. Like, we don't get on Sei's case for bringing the best out of Shido and vice versa. We're like, oh, look at these two extremely skilled players who are fully competent on their own, raising their level of play drastically when they work with each other via chemical reactions. So, like, working, it isn't just the idea that, oh, I'm booty, I'm butt, I'm trash, I need to fight on my own. It's, you need to be able to fight on your own, yet still acknowledge others and work alongside or within their confines. That's the difference. Let's see. Well, oh, I recognize this guy. He's in, he has blue hair. I forget this guy's name. Over here, zoom. Yeah. Yo, honestly though, there is nothing more fun than mixing somebody up. And like, not just in like fighting game, but like, I remember, especially when I got like a teeny tiny bit of speed, I don't know, I still am a big guy now, but I was like an extra big kid. I was a dumpling, gosh darn it, round and all. So when I lost a lot of weight due to like puberty and stuff like that and growing up and got a bit of speed on me, woo, there's nothing more satisfying than hitting someone with a and just booming past them. Because that's the thing. Admittedly, I can't think of a time where like I explicitly, okay, that's a lot. That's if there was like that. Does that really count? Because I feel like when you break someone's ankles, like, they're supposed to fall over. He like, stutter-stepped up it and, like, nearly fell, but he caught himself. So I feel like that doesn't count. I feel like to break somebody's ankles, you gotta put them on the ground. But there was so many times where I'd just be like, I'd charge, and then I had a hard step to the left, and then boom. Or then a hard step to the right, then to the left, then boom. And then, like, no matter what, once you have speed on you, the ability to hit a mix-up in real life, it goes great. Like, I sometimes consider getting back in, like, super good shape just to play sports, just to do that. There's nothing infinitely more satisfying just to me being like, oh, you're on defense and I want offense. Oh, don't worry, I'm gonna shatter your ankles right now. But let's see. His movements are perfect. I hate to admit it, but this is Shido's team. And ultimately, that's the sad thing about Rayo, right? Like he wants to win the World Cup. He wants to have his own name on it and stuff like that. But like, he's never gonna be the main character, bro. Like that's not. I mean, of course, you could say he's gonna become the main character of this manga after now he gets banned. But like, he's not the main character, bro. Like, in terms of narrative heft, who's smacking their narrative meat on the table hard enough to rubble or rouse the room? He's like barely top 10. You got Isagi, you got Rin, you got Shido, you got Baro, you got Bachira, you got Chigiri, you got Kurigami. Like, you have so many different characters who kind of just like helicopter around. And Reo, he's important. He's the deuteragonist of this manga, but it just doesn't feel like he'll ever be in a position where he's not playing on somebody else's team. For the U20, it was Rin's team. For third selection or second selection here, it's definitely Shido's team, and presumably Shido's team during the World 5 match. It was Nagi's team in match. Like, that's the thing. He's always been a bit player. He really never has been like the leading man. Well, no, because that's the thing. It always fell back on Nagi. He's never really been the leading star in the way that I think someone like him would want to be based on his goals. Let's see. This is Shido's team. I'm still not someone who can stand next to Nagi. And like that, not even just not like, I don't know. I always think of, but this admittedly comes from like a weird, twisted. Hold on a second. I'm about to do something absolutely devious. I'm about to take a sip. No. But this sip goes crazy. But I'm a weird individual where like, I am simultaneously my own biggest supporter, where I'm like, you can do this. You feel great. We can do this. And I'm also a hater. Like, I am confident. If you have ever held a negative opinion towards me, it does not reach a fraction of the fraction of a fraction of negative opinions I've held towards myself. And like, I can't really, and it's funny, right? Because I've talked with people about this before, and like, that's really unhealthy, Pencil. You should get that checked out. I'm like, no. It never really matters, though. It is literally always motivation. It's literally me being like, hey, you lazy big fella. Go to that gym. Go on that walk. Hey, you don't feel like record right now anyway. Huh? Who do you think you are? You whack. Like I do be hating on myself like crazy. And that's the thing. You gotta be your own biggest op in order to be your own biggest ally. Because of course there are gonna be flaws that only other people notice about you, because you don't have a full endoscopic view of yourself. Despite being the only person who's ever gonna be in your head, you will never fully understand yourself, and there are always things that other people will see about you that you will never understand unless they tell you. But at the same time, you gotta have that. Well, this is actually a really cool angle to draw Shido at. His face is a little rough, but like it is something that is so fundamental. Where like, at least for me and how I've adjusted my own mentality and how like I've developed, it's like I will do everything in my power to hate on myself in order to develop myself. Because if you think everything's perfect with you, just don't do anything. Satisfaction does make beasts for you to hunt, as they say. Let's see. Shido reel back. Ooh. Once again, I'm hoping Shido. There's certain things I do want to see from Shido in the U20 World Cup arc, and in fact, I think I may make like a little mini series of videos. I'm thinking for I'm thinking of making a channel entirely centered around Blue Lock. But at the same time, I'm not sure if I should do that. At the same time, I feel like I kind of could and I should. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. But essentially, I'm really hoping we get to see some different combinations from Shido, and not just like, you know, combination with other players, but specifically combinations in his play style. Like, I want to see this man do something absolutely crazy. This is an amazing drawing, though. I'll admit, Shido, he's kind of drawn off here. Really considering how good the artist for episode Nagi usually is, Shido looking a little bit rough. Kablamo! Even so, for now, I just need to become, yeah! Alright, darn, they dominated Team White. Let's see. Someone who can win and survive. And yeah, honestly, I get that. Sometimes you can, like, it's gonna sound weird, but sometimes you can, hold on. I'm about to scratch the soul out my eye. I gotta cover this up. Wait. I can't even see. Wait. Alright, we're stuck at luck. It's still itches. But yeah, honestly, I feel like almost everyone has had those moments in life where like you realize this is not a scenario where you will like prosper. It's not a scenario. It is highly likely a scenario you could lose, but sometimes you just gotta like sit back and immediately be like, okay, no matter how I feel about it, I know there are things I must do and things I mustn't in order to simply live and survive and move forward in order to possibly reach your actual goals. I feel like it happens to everybody because it is just like a natural part of life where due to the nature of humans and us being a society with social creatures, like we had those moments where we realized, this just isn't gonna work if I go down this path based on my own pride or arrogance. Sometimes you gotta fold. And it does suck. Like, I'm not saying it's fun to fold, but it is truly the core of the human experience where I do agree with Rare, where sometimes you just gotta suck it up and keep it pushing. Let's see. Back to... Alright, so I'm eating the world... Oh! Actually, I'll admit, though, Dada looks a lot better here than he does in the main manga. I feel like... and it's funny, because I can't even sit here and lie to you and say that Nomura's a bad artist or anything like that. But, like... outside of Loki, what African American, or not African, but like what black characters are really kind of like crazy good design? Like the two main ones that come to mind is like, really, really, and like I guess you could say Shido, but Shido admits it's a tan. Like he's a tan guy. Like he's not African at any sense. I don't believe. I think he is just a guy with a tan. He claims it's all from the sun. Like it's fun, but like I'm trying to think. It is Dada Silva. And I was literally just talking about him in the last review. What is his name? This is what happens when I rub my eye. I rub my last 2 IQ points out. My eyes turning red. Not the Pixar movie. What is happening? Augie. Like, Augie the Mad Doctor. They both have such weird designs. Like, why does Augie not have eyes? Like, you could have just given him regular eyes. Why is Dada drawn the way Dada's drawn in the main manga? He does look better here. But, like why? Of all the designs you had to go for. Like, what? Why do you do that? Well, let's see. Nagi side, their selection World All-Stars battle. Let's do this. Yeah. Okay. That was way too high pitch. It'll be over in a second. Hey, I mean, like, you know what, though? I'll admit, I guess it gets boring curb stomping someone that you're much better than, but at the same time, there is something oddly fun about humbling somebody else. Especially if they think they're built like that. Being able to go in and be like, oh, hey, buddy, you simply aren't. It does reach in and scratch a certain part of my brain. I can't lie. It does make me feel a certain type of way. There's always fun to be had when you do something like that. Let's see. And I'm not saying you can't have pride in your abilities or skill. Oh, wow. It is red. Wow. Hold on. In fact, we're going to zoom out a little bit because your boy is hunching over. I need to fix my posture. But, we're back out. But I'm not saying you shouldn't have pride in your abilities or self-respect or like self-praise or self-glaze. Like obviously, you don't want to be just your own biggest hater. You want to be your own biggest glazer. But sometimes you do need a humble. You got to remember, there's almost always a bigger fish. In some cases, there aren't. Depending on the pond you're in, like 9 out of 10 times, there's always a bigger fish. And even if they're not in the direct pond you're in, you know they exist. So don't respect yourself. Don't glaze yourself. Let's see. Huh. These are World All-Stars. Yes, it is. Ah! Oh, wow. So he's hopping straight into it. That fire. It makes me feel like I was the best in the world. I'll smash it into the world. Oh, okay. He's like, hey, but that's the thing, right? It hurts because I know that where that fire goes or doesn't go. But that's like, it's so weird to talk about motivation. But I feel like, because I know some content creators do watch my videos. But, like, I feel like if you ever do something that's not, like, mandatory in your life. Like, I work every day, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. Because if I don't do that, I'll be homeless. like, that's just how that is. So I don't say, that's just determination. No, it does. It does, it takes energy to get up and go to work every day. But for anything like gym related or content creation related or just health and fitness related, like the dedication and determination it takes to just keep moving forward on something like that, especially when results aren't instantaneous, it is rough. I remember, heck, I'm technically still kind of in it now, where, like, don't get me wrong, it's gonna sound mad, but I'm super happy with the amount of subscribers I have. I still absurd to me. They have nearly 19,000 subs. I'm like less than 1,000 away from 20,000. I'm probably gonna hit 20K this year. That blows my mind. But, like, Dog, I struggled to hit 1,000 views despite having nearly 19,000 subscribers. Math ain't math, ain't like, even on the videos where, because like I know a lot of the subs come from JJK, but even back in peak JJK days, I would struggle to hit like half of my subscriber count, which is always crazy. I don't know how that works, but once again, I think there are like weird things, and for anyone who knows YouTube better than I, feel free to correct me. My channel's old. As in, it's not just old as in when I started making videos on it, it's also old as in it was created well before I actually started posting on it. And I think any sort of boost or anything that was supposed to exist in the early days kind of got sacrificed. And I didn't think about that when I started producing content consistently on this channel. Honestly, I probably should have just slaughtered this channel while it was still young and then reached out to a new one. But now I'm going to make new ones. I'm going to, like, here's the thing. Sorry, I'm in a massive theoretical phase, so I'm just going to bounce some things off of y'all. The Eye of the Pencil will still exist. It will still get all the typical reviews, but it will mostly just be a review channel with an occasional thoughts video here and there. That's what the main point of this channel is. The reason I do that is because I want to start posting just one video a day on here, because I know I flood y'all with a little bit too much content, and then that would allow me to typically fill most weeks. There may be some days with double uploads, bada bing, bada boom. Then I want to make a second channel that is technically still also review based, but not really. Because that's the thing. I don't think, unironically, I think the second channel mainly is just going to be Kingdom Hearts stuff. Like, I have scripts written out for that. It's probably going to be exclusively scripted videos. I need to have a whole bunch of footage for that channel. Third channel would probably be specific. Like, I'm thinking of just making a Blue Lock channel, so I can just make Blue Lock videos, because I literally have 26 Blue Lock videos that I can freestyle on, and some are scripted. They're just sitting there. They've been sitting in the Google Drive for like 2 years now. But because of how much I produce on here, and I don't want to overflood the channel with too much content, and I just obviously don't have the time in some cases, I don't have like the outlet to do that, so I may make some channel just for Blue Lock. Just like I have a separate Kingdom Hearts channel. And then the last channel I want to make is a reaction channel. Like a genuine wholesale reaction. I do reactions here, but obviously it's different, in my opinion. Like, this is not technically a reaction channel in full, it just has a lot of reaction content on it. I have about 4,000 videos up, only about 100 of those are reaction videos of any kind. Any kind. So, I do want to dedicate a whole channel to that. So, like, there are these different ideas that bounce into my head, and it's all based on the root point of where I got to this discussion point. That determination and that want to really embody yourself and really desire and respect your own talents and want to actualize them. That's how it is for me, and it's interesting to see Nagi, before the fall, really be hyped in his own hypothetical world investment. Let's see. All right, world debut. Crush him. Okay? Kira's like, man, I don't get paid enough for this. Heck, I'm not getting paid at all. Let me just lock in. Let's see. Okay, Zantetsu versus Adam Blake. Let's see. Just try to get past me, you bottle-sucking brat. Hey! Yo, but like... And it is funny, right? Because I never really... And this is the thing that's only changed for me recently, because I've started going to the gym, so obviously I'm gonna get gym amps, right? You know, like, that's not how it works. You get stronger. But like, there is just quantifiable differences between like a 30-year-old and a 20-year-old. If both are doing the exact same thing, the 30-year-old has just more muscle. Like, they are just in their prime, and thusly they are stronger. And it is a case where, like, if there is a noticeable age gap, unless person A, who's older, has not been training at all, and in fact been letting themselves go, and person B has been training as hard as they can, 9 out of 10 times, the person who's older and just has more body mass and muscle, like, they're gonna be drastically stronger. And thusly, they're gonna have better stats. And that's why they can talk all that kind of smack. It's crazy. It sucks. But, like, I still remember when I was weaker than my dad. And who knows? I still technically maybe. Like, he claims I'm stronger. That dad with a pencil is a monster. like, I may do a whole story time on the story times I've heard about him. I don't ever get lore from him. I always get the lore secondhand. Hey, you know your dad was a warrior? What do you mean he was a warrior? What's it? Zantetsu? Zing! Huh? These World All-Stars are good. Yeah, they're World All-Stars, but at the same time, it is very impressive. Like, and it doesn't look like Blake is running anywhere nearly as hard. Like, his running form's awful. Like, you do want that Zantetsu, because you need to be as aerodynamic as possible, lowering this. Blake running like this, it's not, like, imperfect, but still, it's really, really impressive that he's able to just casually keep up. He easily matched my acceleration? Oh, nice one, Blake. My turn. I forget. Pablo? Yeah, Pablo. Pablo Cavazos. My turn. As if! box them in there. Yeah, you're all gonna fail though. like this, and it is interesting. I hope we get to see these characters later, like not just Luna for the same backstory, obviously, because presumably he's gonna play into that. But I want to see Adam Lake again. I want to see Dada Silva. I want to see Pablo. Like I want to see these characters show up and like become meaningful threats, presumably by the time of the actual World Cup arc. I believe everyone here is from a different nation. So, like, you could literally have them be, like, mini-bosses set throughout the entire actual World Cup arc, which won't be driving for, like, another 10 years. Do you know how long the U20 World Cup arc is going to be? There's probably going to be, like, another round of Blue Lock out of that, too. Like, there's so much that still needs to happen. I really do not see us getting to, like, the real World Cup until 2035. Maybe a whole 10 years, gang. Like real. Oh man, let's see. Okay. Ganking him. Is that? Well, that's the thing. It's retroactive. I wonder if they showed this off in the original. I highly doubt it. But a calm little Metavision analogy for those who read the main manga. I see you. Look, gap spotted. Straight to dot. Yeah, honestly, the thing I never really got about soccer back when I played it, admittedly I was young. I didn't really dedicate a whole lot of time and energy to it. It was just a thing I did for fun. The level of accuracy never really got, like, it never clicked to me. Like, and especially, like, I don't know about y'all. I was taught to, even if I was striking, not just passing, hit the ball with, like, the inside of my foot or at most, like, the upper out rim of it. But I was like, it doesn't make sense. I should just kick it head on. Like, what's the point? But, like, that sweeping motion gives you a different degree of control. There are different ways you can do certain things. And obviously, you can hurt yourself if you, like, hard toe a ball wrong. So, the ability to instantly read, understand, and perceive gaps and then instantly exploit them for like the half a second a gap can exist. Very, very impressive, Pablo. Very, very impressive. Gap spotted. There. Yep, right. And not even right between the legs, right over the legs. Heck yeah, Cavazos. Perfect pass. Dada Silva, man. Let's see. That's far enough, old man. Oh, is he gonna sun borrow? There's no reason he shouldn't. Please. I become a Borrow fan. Please don't sun Borrow. Please don't sun him. Please, Dada, spare him. Dada, spare him. That's enough, old man. There is nothing more fundamentally and archetypically horrifying than putting your all into something and seeing it have zero effect. And just think about what that means for someone like Borrow, right? Someone who has been trained, every single time we see this man training, it is typically stats or shot. He has been weightlifting, doing everything in his power to get stronger and stronger and stronger. And he darn near might as well be a foul, gosh darn it. Full body tackles. And it just does nothing. Dada just tanks it, bro. And Borrow's not so, he's smaller than Nagi. I think Borrow's like 6'3" and Nagi's 6'4". But like, Borrow's like 6'3", 225 pounds of straight muscle. And Dada just ate that? Dada, what are they feeding you, bro? Huh? This guy didn't budge an inch after my full power tackle? Hey, what's with that wimpy tackle? I thought... And you know what? Don't get me wrong. This is gonna sound weird. I am a person who gives praise and displays affection via physical contact. I've always been that way. I think I blame it on the nurture of my family because, like, I got head pats, I got picked up, I got praised that way. But, like, thusly, I've evolved that to my point where, like, I will pat somebody on the shoulder, pat someone on the back, tap them up, give them a high five. But even when I do it in good faith, there's always something oddly disrespectful about grabbing someone's head or, like, patting someone's head. Like, it does feel childish, especially if you're doing it to, like, people who are in your age group. They'll always take it as an insult and, like, basically want to box you immediately after. But this is different. This man really said, I thought y'all were built for this. And you're like, to actually grab Mr. Spiky Hair himself and smush his hair down with absolute what? What, Dada, why are you built like this? I thought this was the land of Suma. But that's the thing, man. This design is just so... Like, it's cool in this... Like, why the buck teeth? Why the eye? That's only really eye, man. Let's see. Go on. Score one, Luna. Hey, Dada, you're giving up the bag, bro. Let's see. That just leaves you, Silver Fox Hair. I mean, not for long. Let's see. Show me what you got, Leonardo Luna, the same man who like I'm in the common, like I know it's still just headcanon at this point, but if the narrative didn't telegraph Luna as the reason that Sei became what Sei became, I don't know like what the point of like he feels like he's there and has been dropped to us and introduced to us so early because he's going to be pivotal to Sei's backstory in Spain. And honestly, I wouldn't be shocked if we got like a full Sei character justification or backstory during the U20 World Cup arc or shortly after it, just once. If, I mean, like, they can win, but I feel like it'd be kind of crazy if they didn't. It would allow for a lot more build up to the actual World Cup. Let's see. Shoves Nagi back, pulls the ball back, looks. It's a rotation on Nagi with the ball at his feet. That's always been impressive to me. Like, the level of. And before all the Henry comments be like, Henry ball control. But, like, the sheer level of control of the ball is actually really impressive. Because, like, you got to think about that, right? You aren't just interacting with another human being. You aren't just moving a ball. You're doing both at the same time at high paces to the point where you are moving fast enough to confuse your opponent in the first place and not just pick that. Like, that is crazy. Especially when, remember, ultimately, Nagi kinda had to tell him, like he would know that ultimately he was. But then again, he can't really know he's not gonna be faced head on. But still, very impressive. But I can still catch him. No, pure fire isn't strength. Oh, interesting. You're still young. Ooh, why are these panels? Why are all the new Gen 111? No, why are all the World 5 members just straight horror farming the chat, bro? Let's see. You're still young. Ugh. He read my move and blocked me? He's fast and skilled and smart. He's... Train your heart and minds, little baby. A more skillful and adaptable version of Rayo in every possible way. This is a world star. But honestly, that's kind of crazy. But it is true, right? And it is crazy, like, to have Daniel and then the cooler Daniel just be like you, but then someone who does the same thing you do but better. But at the same time, it is kind of impressive, and it goes to show that despite how unique all of us humans are, we still do share 99.8% of all DNA. Like we are basically the same in the majority of ways, in the way that expresses itself through things like aging, experience, and evolution. Especially for people who have no connection at all, there are people who I know have no connection who look just like me. Like it is great. Like we have not a single blood type. We just all look alike. To some certain degree. Which is great. Let's see. In every possible way, this is a world star. Wonderfully done, Luna. This is what I expect from the world's best club, Real. Yeah, this is it. Like, come on. Like, this isn't telegraphing that Sei was messed up by Luna. I don't know what it is. Let's see. Huh? I'm the world's best. He was talking about clubs, Dada. Are you a club? Let's see. No, me. We need 5 points. No, I am, you idiots. Now, everyone. Save it for after you've scored. That's so immature. He's like, come on now, get your money up, not your funny up. What are y'all cooking? They just blew up the bank. I think it was like completely different. But, see, this is what happens when I record with EP. Hold on one sec. Let's see. Could it be that these guys all believe they're the best in the world? That fire erupting up inside me since the last match. Do they live with that as a fact of life all day, every day? Man, did you so dirty, Dada, bro? What? But and it's weird, right? I guess in a way that is my satisfaction. It makes me different from a true egoist, but I don't think it's good to live in delusion. Thusly, I'm under no paranoid beliefs that I am the strongest. I am the fastest. I am the most durable. I am there's nothing there that really directly. Where's I going with that thought? But this man, I gotta stop recording with EP, bro. Where was I going with that thought? I was going somewhere. There was a logic. There was a path. I simply cannot think where was it? We all believe. Oh, But then, yeah, this is the thing. I don't gaslight, gatekeep, and go boss myself into straight delusion, right? Like, I'm not going to suddenly sit here and think, I'm the richest man on the planet, and then go absolutely... Like, that's not how that works. So, I do believe it is important to have, like, a fire and a belief in respecting yourself, but a little spirit with it would be better. But at the same time, I'm assuming the main reason that the World 5 are kind of just chilling and messing around and exchanging goals is because they don't have any reason to be serious or, like, lock in at all, which is unfortunate. Let's see. This is world class. In that case, I'm just standing there. Standing on the starting line to become the world's best. Yeah. And unfortunately, now you may be stuck there forever, if not stuck at McDonald's right by the starting line. Let's see. Interesting. Let's rumble, you superstars. We're just getting started. Don't let your guard down. We'll win. Yeah. We just start... Oh? Oh? Oh, Chigiri! Don't be busting it. What is with all these booty panels, bro? Okay, there's only two. Like, there's just some reason. This is the second booty panel from a different angle. What's happening? We just started. Huh? Princess. Ah, darn it. I'm really sorry. I don't think I can... Yeah, but you know, that makes sense. Like, you gotta have some sort of cause. And, you know, I'm glad Mori Sensei or Kanashiro Sensei didn't just slide that on the rug and be like, that didn't happen. Don't worry, nothing went bad. But that's the thing. There are no real stakes in this match. So Chigiri falling out isn't horrific, but still, yeah, it's rough. They could have used all the experience against better players. Let's see. It hurts. Oh, dear. Are you okay? Is it muscle pain or the bone? The tendons. Oh, might be Jumper's knee. Did you get injured in the last match? Ugh, this is no good. Hey, pause the game. Staff. Yeah. You know what? I respect that though, right? And it's a me thing too. I don't want to play you if you're not feeling well. I don't want to compete against you if you're not at your best. Especially like maybe if I'm fighting against a person who's vastly better than me, when they're not at their best, they're finally actually at my level. So they're actually fun to play with then. But if I'm like going relative with someone 9 out of 10 times, but then I can tell like they had a real rough day or something's going on in their life or something's wrong, I will immediately be like, you don't need to do this. and it is literally just a me thing, because you know some people love to strike when the iron is hot, when the guard is down. But I don't know, for me personally, it's weirdly enough like a matter of pride. I'm like, I don't want to take you down at your weakness. And like, it's even worse if it is someone who's like typically loses to me in video games and then they ask to get on or whatever or practice and they're not feeling well. Like, it kind of hurts me. It hurts me. And I'm glad that these guys are actually, like, somewhat caring about the future. Even if it is to some mocking degree, let's say. Hey, you guys, how can you always feel like you're the best in the world? Tell me before you leave. Huh? Oh, leave it to me. I learned some English from dancing. Oh, Kiora? Once again, man, you more surprised for me, buddy. Your emotional strength is the best in the world. What sort of egos do you have? But I mean, it is true. And notably, I've kind of mentioned this before, but I don't think I've ever said it explicitly. If I were to define my ego in like 3 words, it is unending, unending mindful determination. It is that. Like, that is basically how I've always defined my life. Where no matter what the situation is, what the problem is, where I'm at, I always move with some sort of intent to do something. Even if that intent is literally to do nothing. Like, if I sit down one day and I'm like, I'm not doing anything. Because I vocal cord the day before or something. Like, if the conditions are met where I can just vibe, I do. Like, there are things where I just do. And that simultaneous fragility, yet stability in that, has allowed me to go through all aspects of life. From professional to school to interpersonal. Like, no matter what, keeping that mentality has never not been a good thing. Because it's always applicable and it's always refreshable. So let's see what they have to say. What sort of egos do you have? And we just won't find out. Alright, or at least not yet. Yeah, oh, okay, so they did take the blue-haired guy. That's right, I forget. And they get my son! All these randoms, but my baby boy. Let's see. Whoever wins this will break through. Let's go. It's our last rivalry battle. Kick off. Alright. Calculate how to win. First, input the enemy's abilities. Why he's... Yo, number 24, you look way too old to be here, dog. Let's see. So number 24 is a total power type. 25 is tall, but he's clumsy and can only use his right leg. These guys aren't the reason they've made it this far. Only 35 and only number 35 matches himself to the others. That means the nucleus of this team, moving precisely through our blind spots without losing speed while constantly keeping up with the ball's movement, is my glorious legendary juicy scrumbly of his handsome son, Corona! Number 4 with the brain. Look at him, Raze Corona. Look at him. Let's see. Okay. Beats it past Iaguri. That the hit rail with the mix-up. Shatters ankles. I've got to stop him. Wanna go? Oh. Hey, no. You know, I repeat, it's funny. I now sometimes even do it in text. Like, admittedly, whenever I go to mention that I do it, I obviously do it more intentionally. Like, subconsciously, I will double speak in text where I'll emphasize something by repeating this thing twice. Even though I'm not speaking. That's typically like a speaking only thing. But I don't know why I've adopted that into text. It's going wild, like, I don't know. I can't figure it out. Let's see. But that's why I specifically say I birthed Corona, dog. Because like he even has that part of my mentality. Wanna go? Break his ankles. He looks like he's gonna try to get away from me. Wait, no. That's just a feint. The sort of showdown you're good at is once I've closed the distance between us. Oh. As soon as I'm close, you'll accelerate into a tight turn. See? Right here. Oh, okay, so he actually did manage to read my son. Alright, let's see. Dang, you saw through me. Brilliant. I knew I raised him right. I knew I raised my baby boy right. I birthed him. Let's see. Nice, Rayo! Time for a counter. But just being skillful or fighting for my team won't lead me to scoring goals. That is true. I realize this after starting to wind a fight on my own. I always thought of Nagi and I as a unified strength. But the goals the two of us produced only happened because of Nagi's talent. Well, not always. Like your contribution being there is what gives the impetus for the talent to even be expressed. Like that's the thing. It is still definitely a lot of Rayo that helped Nagi get where he is. So like that, it's not wrong for them to still feel connected. Let's see. I can't make them without him. It's his color. Wait, what? So, now that I'm alone. Oh, okay. What color am I? What is my ego? I think he has purple. And his thing is blank. Let's see. Ego, huh? That's not something you can really learn from someone else. It's something you realize is in yourself. For me, it's like twisting my heart. And oh man, like why do you look like this? Oh, I'm sorry, it feels so wrong. Let's see. And I want to make a ton of money so I can be happy. For me, I just want to be cute. Do it with tons of women. That's everything to me. And that's true. Like an ego in the sense is your motivation, and everyone has their own motivation. I know some people who do things purely and exclusively for the love of the game. There is no net positive impact on their life for doing the devious, diabolical, and dastardly thing that they do. They do it solely for the love of the game. But they're happy for it. And that love of the game is their ego. It is simply, I think, therefore I am. I am here, therefore I will act. That is their mentality, and they live by it 100%. And it's dangerous. It's devious and diabolical to them, but they don't care. They don't care at all. It is wild. Let's see. Twisting my heart. Would you ask a bird why it flies? Your ego is the flapping in your heart. I mean, in a sense, yeah. Like it but then again, I am fully in the camp that you will never fully understand yourself. Like ultimately, your subconscious is called your subconscious for a reason. It'll flash you stuff. It'll be like, hey, here's some instincts that you can choose to or to not follow. But it'll never really be you. Despite being you. You will never have full access to whatever is bubbling around in that subconscious of yours. But in this case, ironically, I think picking a bird for his brains may have been more helpful. Let's see. Your ego is the flapping in your heart. Well, basically, you said to trust your irrepressible impulses. I mean, yeah, to a certain, like, you do... They said to trust... And not... That's the thing. Because we live in a society... I'm not one to say, like, fully follow everything you believe in and do, because you will face consequences. But I think if you can, yeah, you should always do it. Like you should always be ready and willing to lock in for yourself and listen to yourself, as you are literally all you have. Let's see. All right, and we're back here. Let's go. Last point. Climax. Hail the 3 trap. I'm so happy that I don't have to say that for much longer. Let's see. If we press the attack, we can win, but it won't be because of my goals. Pass, Purple Top Knot. My ego. I see. Irrepressible impulses and the power to trust in them. That's a requirement for becoming a world-class egotist. In that case, what I want to trust in is to face the world here and now and shape my destiny with my goals. Oh, if only. Oh, if only. But yeah, that is the case where, like, you almost need to go a little bit crazy to fully embrace who you are, right? Like, all the mental constraints, limitations you put on yourself, you do kind of have to undo it to unveil the true you, and ultimately determine what that internal ego is. Here and now, to shape destiny with my goals. Hey, Rayo, pass it! Oh, you still want to go? Go get him. That is kind of cheap, though. Like, come on, he called the pause match. And tear open a path with this surging emotion. Oh, well, that's the end of the chapter. All right. My eye is bright red, but W chapter. Once again, I am liking these internal analyses and reflection. I think that's the main selling point of episode 9 to me personally. It's really getting in these characters' heads that aren't named Isagi and truly breaking down how they feel about things, how they feel about the abilities they're developing, and seeing how they fight and struggle to survive. Of course, we know our current crew is fine, all of them, but at the same time, that uncertainty, that unfavorability, all that could have kicked in. But ultimately, things just worked out. But if you made it all the way to the end of this video, I completely forgot what I was just talking about. See, I'm sorry, I'm so EP right now, bro. But if you made it all the way to the end of this video, please do me a favor and leave open path. Leave open path in the comment section down below. And thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe. Make sure that all the notifications so you don't miss out on any videos that come to the channel. Also, you're going to have a page down below where you can support me for as well as one month. He thinks exclusive videos, early content, and more. Also, now become a member of the channel for as well as $3 a month to get the same perks and more. Those perks include the live reactions here. This is I'm to review, reactions of all my videos. If you become a $20 patron or a $20 member, you can order whatever video you want. Also a link to my Ko-Fi in the description down below. You can drop by. Wait. I'm looping. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is Stacko with the Pencil, writing off. I'd like to thank you to our sketch tier members: Eternal Flame, Rebel 4765, Astro, Super Flame Zero, Glacier XZ, Zera, Brandon Payne, J2MA, Gyomi, Yuki Ally, Buddha Uda, Azo 2404, Planet Crone, G Prosper, Nevis 97, and Ollie. I'd like to give a big old thank you to our Reinhardt tier patrons: Sean, Nirvana Igneal, Midnight Lord 21, Kevin Encarnacion, and A+A. And I'd like to give a big old thank you to our Inc. tier members: Fine, Austin Wimberly, Euchia, Carlo Alaimo, and Grim. And then I'd like to give a big old hefty thank you to our digital art tier members: J Warrior and AZ Void. And then I'd like to give a big old thank you to our colored art tier patrons: Waki Munoz and Waki Munoz. And then I'd finally like to give a giga super duper kidney sacrificing thank you to our ultimate, that guy with a heart on the horizon, Calvin Elder.